say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home?
Hi, everybody. Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill. And giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Boston Celtics. On Wednesday, they'll begin a road trip starting in Indiana, going up against the Pacers. And then on Friday, they'll be playing against Devin Booker and the Charlotte Hornets.
And for that game against the Hornets, it's the second game of a back-to-back. So you know there'll be some heavy legs out there. Playing that much basketball in that short amount of time really takes its toll on your body.
Now let's take a look at the Bucks opening lineup. They've got Kevin Durant, and it's Duncan in at the 4. And for the Celtics, they've got Luka Doncic. Kawhi Leonard out there with Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's Garnett in at the power forward. It'll be the Celtics off the tip. A battle of the big men. Grab some popcorn for this face-off at the center position tonight, Grant.
Oh, no question, B.A. I mean, these bigs bring the size and skill. Who has more tools in their toolkit? I mean, we're about to find out.
And the jam by Antetokounmpo.
Superb initiative from Antetokounmpo. I mean, that may be something we overlook, but being able to take that initiative allows him to be a real menace when he's rolling to the rim after a pick.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Now the Celtics on the move. Doncic, no good. Here's Wade. Durant with a screen on Jordan. Wade, the pass to Johnson. Giannis with the rebound. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for Boston. Jordan misses. First quarter, just over a minute played. Wade, pass to Johnson. Out to the wing. Outside Durant. Over Leonard. Nice shot by Durant.
You know, the defense is all over Durant inside, but, you know, his length and agility and high release point allow him to still make it happen.
Now here's Doncic. Antetokounmpo, a screen on Johnson. Unloads from 13. It's Milwaukee with a rebound.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
And the Celtics, far and away the best record in the NBA last season, Grant.
Well, they rode that momentum into the playoffs, capturing the franchise's 18th championship, passing the Lakers for the most of any team in the association.
About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. There's a screen. Doncic passes to Antetokounmpo, and they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play. And Clark, Giannis is an endearing player in many ways. Which one of his dad jokes is your favorite?
Tell you what, B.A., I can't pick out a favorite, but I love the fact that he's got such a great sense of humor and a sense of being comfortable in his own skin. That all comes out when he interacts with the media and fans. He doesn't take himself too seriously, and I think that's why so many people love him.
That one misses for Antetokounmpo. Well, Grant, from roster to coaching changes, the Bucks have been trying to become an even more elite team.
Yeah, teams are always tinkering now these days, B.A. The Bucks know they are a high-level team, but they want to dominate the competition on another level.
Jordan misses.
Yeah, we're not used to seeing him get bottled up like that. Wow.
Here's Wade. And another miss by Milwaukee. The Celtics have gone 2 of 6 to open up this game. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes play. Jordan and Durant with the block.
For all the scoring, KD's 7.5 5-foot reach can sometimes get overlooked. He said, let me remind you with that rejection.
And here's Doncic. He'll bring it up for Boston. Leonard outside. The rebound by Duncan. On the wing, Wade, covered by Jordan. Payton against Doncic. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss.
Well, you got to bring more energy than this. Abdul-Jabbar is not going to be thrown off much by a little contact.
Pass to Garnett, and here's Jordan. Leonard for three. Sinks the tray.
Defensively, you have to stay connected to him on the perimeter.
The Bucks trail. Payton with it. Outside Durant. The three is up. That shot missing.
And lockdown defense against one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Pass to Jordan. There's a minute 59 left in the first quarter here. Here's Wade. And he misses the fast break layup.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Lone opportunity.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Brian, it's great hearing Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla talk shop. He said everybody tries to break basketball up into offense and defense, but it's one game. Your spacing, decision-making, and shot selection set up your defense. That transition happens so fast, so the game is constantly changing. It's all connected, Brian.
No question. Thanks, Allie. Good stuff there. Now here's Payton. Shot clock at 5. Here's Wade. And another miss by Milwaukee.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
Bucks trail by 3. And the timeout called here by Doc Rivers. He wants a few moments to regroup with his players. They want to keep rolling here following the win against Brooklyn.
And it's just so hard to stop them when they're scoring at that level. They were efficient and didn't let up at all.
Well, it's really hard to stop them when they're in a groove offensively, and they were in a comfort zone all game long in that one.
56 seconds left in the first. And here's Payton. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
Payton really earning those two, battling successfully.
Boston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Mobley on a screen. Inside. And Mobley throws it down.
Willing passers, unselfish play. You have to appreciate this kind of offense.
About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Payton passes to Durant. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Durant's got his second bucket on the night.
Nice handles, tight handles, fluid handles, right into his shooting motion. Durant able to do everything on the offensive end.
Now here's Antetokounmpo. Fires away from way outside. Oh, and the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Celtics out in front. They lead by 1. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Celtics.
Well, hey, guys, I mean, can we talk about how unselfish they've been? Just racking up the assist numbers, moving it around with great precision.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
On the court for Milwaukee here in the second. They've got Thompson. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with Kevin Durant. And it's Payton in at the point.
You know, when he has the ball outside like that, that's exactly the kind of D they need to play on.
One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
Here's Nash, still without a bucket. Pass to Antetokounmpo. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Rebounded by the Bucks. Second quarter of basketball, about a minute played so far. To the paint. Here's Towns. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It's going to be Evan Mobley.
Textbook up fake there. Towns does a great job. Earns himself a trip to the line.
He's got his first free throws of the night right here.
You know, he really did excel at the stripe. I mean, they couldn't have asked for too much more from him when it came to knocking down free throws.
Boston making a switch here. Leonard's checked in. To the inside. Now Thompson. Pass to Towns. And the Bucks miss again.
Clearly the defense could have been better there, guys, but he also needs to convert that.
Mobley with it. Now Leonard. From the high post. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in. Leonard's got 5 points.
I like Leonard's shot right there. He's very comfortable from that distance.
Oh, Thompson from deep three-point land. And he misses again. Now 0 for 3. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for the Celtics. They've only given up 2 points this quarter. Here comes Kawhi. Got a hand on it.
Excellent defensive timing that time by Tim Duncan.
The Bucks trail by 3. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Payton. Outside Durant. Back to Payton. Parries it down low. He has 6. And this is a star-driven league. But talk about the importance of role players, Grant.
Oh, B.A., a lot of times they're the ones who carry the day. You know what you'll get from your stars, but when the X factor ignites, that can make the difference.
Milwaukee making a switch here. Johnson against Doncic. Back to Leonard. This one for 3. That one falls. Great setup by Doncic. Doncic has got 3 assists tonight.
Leonard scores at all 3 levels. He's a threat anywhere on the floor.
And stolen by Antetokounmpo. Another shot against contact. Giannis stays strong.
Boy, he is so dangerous from this area, guys. Even when Giannis is defended tightly, he powers through it.
Pass to Durant. Over Antetokounmpo. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Durant's got 6 points.
He does not lack for confidence, and he shouldn't. I mean, this guy's a dangerous scorer.
Well, Grant, they say early in Giannis's career, he had to work not just on his game, but his attitude.
And that's true, B.A. It wasn't a bad attitude. He just lacked an edge. The ruthless mindset that all great players have. But, man, once he got that edge, he never lost it.
So both teams changing it up here. The Bucks trail by 4. Pass to Duncan. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
You know, you got to really appreciate and respect how steadfast Duncan is. I mean, he's always under control and composed, keeps his team focused on the task at hand, and that's extremely valuable.
And give them credit for making a more concerted effort to get to the line this quarter.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
It can be tough to find space in the mid-range area. Probably should have passed that one up.
Right side Johnson. Here's Weber. No good. Oh, solid D from Leonard. Celtics lead by 3. From deep, here's Doncic. Offensive board. Milwaukee has gone 0 for 3 from deep to begin the second. Here's Wade. Here's Weber. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
Weber doing a nice job fighting on the glass for those second chance point opportunities.
Doncic against Johnson. Deflected. Here's Pierce. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Pass to Johnson. Here's Pierce. Here's the 3. It's hauled in by Mullen. Doncic on the wing, covered by Johnson. Here's Jordan. That shot, no good. Well, the Bucks shooting only 36% so far in this game. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock.
Oh, Pierce rising and throwing it down. Not known for his vertical, but he's got a little more bounce than we thought.
Now here's Doncic. He had 9 points in his last time out. Count it. Good. These teams just feeling each other out.
Yeah, I love the spirit out there. Already 6 lead exchanges.
Here's Wade. 13 points in the win against the Nets in Brooklyn.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. Boston out in front, up by 1. All right, Allie's ready to go. She's courtside. Hey, Allie.
Doc, as this team continues to develop, what's...
Appreciate it, Allie. And we'll be coming right back after this break. Ready for the third quarter.
In the Eastern Conference, Nikola Jokic.
For the Joker, last laugh is typically on the opponent.
Now moving on to the Boston Celtics and the close first half they played.
The energy in their hometown is electric, man.
That's it for us. Thanks for tuning in.
Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. Without question, Kawhi Leonard displaying his skills today.
They've leaned on him to provide a lot of offense, and that's how he likes it.
And you know what? They've come at him a few different ways defensively, and nothing has slowed him down.
The Bucks trail. They've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. Luka Doncic is out there with Kawhi Leonard. And it's Jordan in at the shooting guard position. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. To the middle. 6 on the shot clock.
Well, you've got great confidence as a coaching staff when the ball's in Durant's hands. And you can see why. He knows how to make good decisions out there just like that.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to take on the tough assignments defensively. He said, quote, "I believe I'm one of the best two-way players to ever play this game, and I want to have that challenge, knowing that you gave everything to the game and you gave everything to stop the other team's best player."
He certainly wants to dominate in every way, Allie. Thank you. Johnson passes to Duncan. Here's Abdul-Jabbar. The Bucks need to get up a shot here. Wade misses.
That's excellent defense right there on the perimeter.
In 2024, Luka Doncic recorded 6 consecutive 30-point triple-double games.
That's right, B.A. The first time anyone has done it in NBA history. So if you didn't already believe in Luka Magic, well, there's some proof that the magic is real.
Boston shooting their second and third free throws tonight.
You know, something you can point to when you're talking about their areas of success last season, free throw shooting.
And the second free throw is good.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Outside Durant. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. From 11 feet away, Durant, so effective inside.
Durant with tremendous touch. He's just a natural scorer.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. A look now at the leaderboard to see which teams had the toughest defenses this past season. Fifth best, Boston.
The players in the league that worry about getting their numbers each night were often disappointed when playing this team last year. They were one of the best at opponents' points allowed per game. They set the bar pretty high for their defense this year.
Down low. Here's Duncan. Nice dish, and the layup goes down. Duncan's got 4 points in the quarter.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
And on the flip side, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
The defense couldn't collapse quickly enough.
For Milwaukee, they've gotten 3 of 4 shots to fall so far in the third. Abdul-Jabbar passes to Duncan. Back to Johnson. Pass to Wade. Over Jordan. Wade misses.
And they're winning despite his poor showing offensively. Some nights, your teammates have to carry you.
Here's Garnett. 14 feet away. And that one comes up a bit short.
Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Outside Johnson. The kick to Durant. To the middle. Here's Duncan. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Duncan's got 7 points in the game.
Maybe they expended too much energy in the first half. They just look tired here on the defensive end.
Pass to Jordan. Here's Wade, covered by Jordan. A good look from Johnson. Gets a very good look and converts. And it's a 6-point Bucks lead.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
Back to Doncic. He can't get that one to fall. Johnson with the defensive effort. Here's Wade. Oh, it's stolen by Doncic. Pass to Leonard. Back to Doncic. Doncic throwing his weight around.
Luka, combination of finesse and bully ball in there that time.
And Doc Rivers calls timeout. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments. Thompson, he's checked in for the Bucks. We've got 1:55 left in the third. Johnson with it. Outside Durant. Beyond the arc. And the three-pointer is good for Durant.
I just love the ball movement.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for him.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
Here's Doncic. Clark, when you watch Luka Doncic play, how is he able to just control the games like he does?
He's a savant. That's all I can say. He's way ahead of himself. I mean, this guy's been a pro since he was 13 or 14 years old. There's nobody else in the NBA that's been a pro that long, I don't think. So unique in that regard. Great size, uncanny, underrated strength. And then his vision, his pace, all of that what allows him to really not ever be sped up or out of control.
Here's Pierce. Outside Durant. The three. And another three for Milwaukee.
What doesn't Kevin Durant do? He's showing us everything here.
Celtics trail by 8. Doncic outside. Pass to Hamilton. They swipe it. Pierce, the pass to Towns. Durant with it. Antetokounmpo covering. Durant, no good. A chance at a 2-for-1 if they'd like.
And I really can't see why they wouldn't.
Oh, look at Luka taking the contact and finishing strong.
Encouraging signs for him after starting the game poorly. He's picked it up here in the second half.
Pass to Pierce. 20 seconds left in the third quarter. And here is Thompson, guarded by Doncic. Shot from 12. The kick out to Johnson. Let's go with a three. And that comes off the assist by Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
Not Magic's normal route of attack, but sometimes you just can't pass up a good look like that.
And Doncic launches from deep. No good. Would have counted had it gone. And we've reached the end of the third. Milwaukee out in front, up by 9. All right, we're going to step aside for just a second, but join us right back here for the start of quarter number 4 next. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
Fourth quarter action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. On the floor for Milwaukee starting the fourth quarter. They've got Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Pierce in at the small forward position. Here's Nash, guarded by Payton. Back to Leonard. Shot clock at 6. Offline from the top of the key. Milwaukee leading by 9. Here's Wade. Pass to Towns. Duncan. Pass to Wade. They set the screen to the inside. Here's Duncan. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
Nice court awareness and feel on the floor there from Duncan. Set the screen and then found space to execute the roll.
Mobley outside. Back to Leonard. Inside. And Mobley throws it down.
You expect Kawhi to take the shot, but he cleverly makes a pass.
The Bucks shooting it well, almost 50% from the floor. Payton passes to Pierce. Back to Payton. To the paint. Oh, deflected. Now the Celtics on the move. Here's Leonard. Leonard all alone. No doubt about it.
You know, a little bit of contact will not bother Leonard at all. I mean, he's so strong as a player. It's part of the deal for him.
Pass to Wade. With some arc. Wallace pulls it in.
I've been in this position. Your team is up. You want to drive in the dagger. He may be a little overeager.
Jordan, pass to Nash. Now here's Mobley. 5 to shoot.
Yeah, when you're facing Mobley, you cannot let him get that ball down low.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Bucks.
Phenomenal work on the defensive end so far. That stands out the most. They've made it their mission to block shots and make things hard for the opposition.
Well, another major factor in the offensive performance was the fast break. Converting on those chances when they get them tonight.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Here's Wade, covered by Jordan. Tries to break his ice. And that's 2 points on the layup. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Aggressive slash from Wade. An absolute terror on the drive.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He is not messing around, calling them into the huddle. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He told his guys to up their aggressiveness on the defensive end, saying this game is all about who can get stops right now. I need you guys to bring some more energy on defense. That's how we'll get this win. Guys?
Allie, thank you. From deep, Jordan. It's Milwaukee with a rebound. Abdul-Jabbar's got 6 rebounds in the game.
How good was that? D-Wade throwing it down.
Ooh, a great look there. Brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Celtics trail by 9. And here's Doncic. Shots blocked. On the wing, Durant. Back to Wade. Over Jordan. Wade misses.
Hey, sometimes the best looks don't equate to points.
Garnett passes to Doncic. It's deflected.
Got to be aware of where Kareem is now. He's an intimidating, effective presence protecting the rim.
And here we go. The Celtics on the run. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And the high-flying antics of Jordan, simply awesome.
The Bucks leading by 7. Here's Wade. And now it's time to take another view of that huge swat.
What a play. I mean, that'll have the offense thinking twice about taking shots in his presence.
There's a minute 47 left in the fourth. Here's Wade, covered by Jordan. Clock at 6. The rebound, Celtics. Garnett's got his 6th rebound on the night. Leonard passes to Doncic. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way.
Doncic, because he's so skilled and so savvy, he does a nice job forcing the defense into tough spots when they're guarding.
So the first one drops, and that trims the lead to 6.
You know, from the moment Luka entered the league, despite the naysayers, he's been a star, a legitimate star. And that's something you don't see very often.
Good on both.
Knocking down the free throws and eating into this lead with the clock stopped.
Doncic against Johnson. Pass to Wade. Over Jordan. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him. And the Bucks lead by 7.
Wade can knock it down from any place on the floor now. He's got a really pure stroke.
And Joe Mazzulla calls timeout here. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Doncic against Johnson. The 17-footer. Doncic, no good.
Not sure if he just ran out of gas or what. He's been awful ever since the second half started. Not even been a factor.
To the right side. 50 seconds left in the game. Abdul-Jabbar misses. And here's Antetokounmpo. He'll bring it up for Boston. Tipped. Durant with it. Now Doncic defending. Right side Durant. Boston with a rebound.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And here's Doncic outside. Boston again missing.
A rough game for him scoring the ball. Just can't seem to get it going.
Here's Wade. Pass to Duncan. Oh, it's stolen by Jordan. Sends it home from three-point land. So it's a narrow victory for the Bucks, pulling it out for the W. They played the villain tonight, and they played it well.
Yes, they did. And, you have two choices. You can either succumb to the hostility in this arena, or you can feed off of it and use it as motivation. They did the latter.
All right, let's go courtside to Allie LaForce with our player of the game. Allie, it's all yours. Allie, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Grant Hill, Clark Kellogg, and Allie LaForce, this is Brian Anderson, thanking you for watching. We'll see you next time.
And going through warm-ups. Here. Hello, everyone. Proud to bring you Wednesday. In a blazing start to the new season, we look at the updated power rankings. Some teams are hot, and some teams aren't. Taking a look at Cleveland. They're playing really well, moving up now to the top spot in our rankings.
Well, I think for Los Angeles, they have just done a magnificent job of building chemistry. Higher on this list than many people expected. One of the great stories thus far.
And now the Lakers starting group. They've got Carter. LeBron James is out there with Nowitzki. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in at the point guard position. And for the Cavaliers, George is out there with Anthony Davis. Then there's Tyrese Halliburton. Then there's Anthony Edwards. And it's Jokic in at the 5 down low. Greg is a player. How long does the excitement of a new season last?
I'd say it starts to wear off right about now. You got to start bringing your own motivation to every game, and you need to provide your own energy.
Halliburton passes to Davis. To the inside. And George with the stuff.
And he may be in his 30s, but Paul George still has got a lot of bounce.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kenny Atkinson and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. He immediately mentioned that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, of course, is at the top of their scouting report. He told me the key to stopping SGA is defending without fouling. Easier said than done, but try to keep him off the free throw line. And try, emphasis on try, to make Shai a jump shooter. A very tall task, guys.
All right, David, thanks. And so it's Cleveland with it. After the basket by Los Angeles, Edwards takes the 12-footer and hits.
A good read by Edwards, playing at his pace and carving out space for that shot.
George against James. It's Nowitzki on the wing. His last outing, he had 8 points. Shot clock at 6. Over Davis. Hits the outside fadeaway.
And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need him.
Now here's Edwards. Driving the lane. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Shaq. And Greg, it didn't take long for Anthony Edwards to prove himself in the NBA.
There's so much to like about his game. As outstanding as his offense is, his defense cannot be overlooked. He is a lockdown presence when he needs to be.
Halliburton against Gilgeous-Alexander. James kicks to Shaq. Carter against Edwards. That drive by Carter. Paul George grabs the miss.
Why? Just why? Come on, man. Save that one for practice.
And he drives in. It's blocked by Shaq.
And the aggressiveness on display here from O'Neal. Terrific at turning shots away with that size and length.
It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. Here's James. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. LeBron's got his second basket of the night. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Cleveland. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rose is checked in. Now, here's Jokic. Halliburton right side. Jokic inside. Guarded by O'Neal.
Oh, that's just too easy for Jokic. This is why defensively you've got to get him away from the basket.
Rose passes to Nowitzki. LeBron with it. O'Neal a screen on Edwards. Lobbed up there for O'Neal. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And the basket by Edwards. Edwards got 6 points.
And getting aggressive and creative. Edwards finding ways to create space on the floor.
Shaq kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And Davis sends it back. Thompson with it. And Rose picks him up defensively. Shot from 12. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Rose with the ball for the Lakers. They trail by 3. They come into this having outplayed Phoenix the last game.
Yeah, those road games are tricky, but they had a good strategy going in and stuck to what they do best.
Yeah, despite the challenges of being away from home, they were able to execute cleanly and look really fresh out there.
And here's Brunson after the three-pointer from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Brunson the pass to Jokic. It's blocked by Shaq. Here's LeBron. That's in, and he's now 3 for 3 and looking sharp.
Like, at this point in time, you have to understand that if LeBron James is on the inside, he has so many ways to beat you. A little contact's not going to do anything.
Now here's Edwards. He had 15 points last outing. Inside, and Jokic slams it in.
And that's how you lead a team, literally.
The Lakers have gone 5 of 7 today so far. Nice shooting to get this game underway. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Thanks. And this summer saw the passing of Laker legends, 3-time basketball Hall of Famer, the logo, Jerry West, an all-star every year of his outstanding playing career before going on to have such a successful career as a coach and as an executive. Guys, this league will bear his imprint forever. Jerry West will be missed.
An all-time great for sure. Okay, Shams, we appreciate the reporting. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Thank you, Kevin. Nikola Jokic may not be the most physically gifted, but there's an old saying in basketball, you're as fast as you can anticipate. LeBron James says he sees plays before they happen. A lot of people don't understand it, but I do. He's special. Kevin?
You know, his mind for the game is just on another level. We appreciate that report. Good work there as it goes.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an inch.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
Rose scanning the floor. Warning a screen on Brunson. From deep, Rose trains the three-pointer. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, this is the edge that great rim protection can give you.
You can't overstate how much interior defense can shape the game. They have a distinct advantage there, and they have turned it into a lead.
So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Kenny Atkinson has out there. We've got Harden. Russell Westbrook out there with Halliburton. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Yao in at the center filling out the middle. Yao with the block.
Oh, this is the impact Ming makes defensively, using that huge reach to block or alter shots.
Breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Cavaliers.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Here's Yao. Following the basket by Alonzo Mourning. Yao with a screen on Malone. Here's DeRozan. And Mourning sends it back.
And we know Mourning excels at finding these shot blocking opportunities. It's like he sees the shot coming.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one dropped for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
If the defense lets him inside, he will not hesitate. He'll gladly drop that thing right in the cup.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Here's Westbrook. That shot is off. Malone with some nice D. The Lakers in the lead. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Greg, seems like we always talk about Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's offensive side, but when it comes to deflections and steals, his defense, he's one of the best.
Yeah, his two-way ability is sometimes overlooked in the mainstream media. But people in the know how good of a defender he is.
Some changes. Hendricks is checked in, and George is subbed in for James Harden. And then for the Lakers, Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Mourning. And it's Carter in for Irving. Now, here is George. He's coming off a 16-point game against New York. Halliburton against Gilgeous-Alexander. Good D by Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
To the middle. Here's Malone. Good, and the nice assist from Wilkins. Malone's got the lead up to 6 now for the Lakers. So for Cleveland, their last game, a win against the New York Knicks. Gilgeous-Alexander against Halliburton. Hendricks passes to Halliburton. The three from George. Hits it from three-point range. George has got 5 points so far.
And George is a phenomenal catch-and-shoot player. Measuring the shot before receiving the pass, you can't guard that.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. And a little luck that time, but it drops. He's got 9. Greg, you look at the great coaches. What are 1 or 2 of the most important qualities for success that you see?
Well, for me, Kevin, I think you got to be able to adapt tactically. I mean, that's huge, and especially in the playoffs. But most important, can you motivate and unify a locker room? That leadership quality is what really puts a coach over the top.
Now here's Edwards. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Gotta applaud the defensive effort. It's not easy to stop him getting in the lane like that.
To the paint, here's Nowitzki. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Love when Nowitzki finishes with the dunk, showing some outstanding lift on that one.
Halliburton kicks to George. Good on the three-point shot. George has got a pair of triples in the second now for the Cavs.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
And J.J. Redick is called timeout. He's made the decision. He wants to huddle up with his guys. And the Lakers with some changes. Mourning's checked in for Malone. James comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Rose.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Nowitzki finds Rose. Out to Carter. Warning, a screen on Edwards. Carter, the pass to Nowitzki. 6 to shoot. Over Jokic. And it's Nowitzki missing.
And the fadeaway was the only option he had on that one. Defender there all over him.
What's great about Jokic, GA, is he can put up MVP numbers, and he's got a little personality to him, doesn't he?
He does. You can tell he just loves life. He loves everything he does, especially when he's on the floor, making his teammates better and not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
Now here's Nowitzki. Carter outside. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. And the Lakers lead by 6. And so Edwards will bring it up for the Cavaliers. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And you gotta love a team that can maintain its composure on the road, take good shots, and knock them down with confidence.
They took the air out of the crowd again and again with big shots. They never let the fans become a factor.
Now Carter. Paul George missing from long range. Here's Nowitzki. And Nowitzki with the stuff.
On the pick and roll, Nowitzki uses his size so well, disrupting the D and getting himself into shooting position.
Now here's Edwards. He's got 6. 3-pointer. And another miss by Cleveland. Los Angeles leading by 8. Here's LeBron. Smooth finish inside by LeBron.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Westbrook with it. The dunk and the foul. A powerhouse move, and he's got a chance for one more at the line. It's on Alonzo Mourning.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
His first personal, first team foul. At the line for Cleveland, Russell Westbrook. Shooting, 1.
That's good from Westbrook. And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. AD, you see how they're playing you in the first half. What's the adjustment going to be?
So, we got to come out with a great intensity, and it starts in warm-up. So, we got to come out with a great intensity, great mindset, and try to go out there and win the third quarter.
I have never heard anyone say it starts in warm-ups until now. Thanks, AD. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
Thanks for being here. Let's kick things off with a check on the NBA Players of the Week. The Western Conference winner, Stephen Curry.
Chef Curry adding another one to his collection. He's as deadly as he's ever been. Controls the pace of the game, makes guys around him better. A class act with a lot of basketball left in him.
And now taking a look at that first half action, it was a less than ideal start for the Cavaliers.
I can't see what they're trying to do offensively. Maybe with a little more patience, that shooting percentage will tick upwards.
Yeah, we saw several instances where the guy should have just made the extra pass. And that's all for us. Now it's time to send it back to Kevin Harlan for the beginning of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
So for the Lakers right now, they've got Nowitzki. Carter out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's James. And it's O'Neal in at center. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Lock at 6. Nowitzki sets a screen for Gilgeous-Alexander. There's the drive. Misses from close range. The Cavaliers trail by 7. Well, last season, the Cavaliers won their first playoff series since 2018. That's when LeBron was with them, Greg.
And it was their first series win without LeBron James since 1993. So it was a huge deal for the organization as they continue to take steps in the right direction.
Here is Carter following the basket by Anthony Davis. Sinks that one from the post.
And that's exactly what you want to start the second half. Smart play call.
I agree with this. Try to jump on him, dictate the tempo, and seize the moment.
Now, here's Jokic. Edwards looking it over. Pass to Davis. That one misses. Good work defensively by Carter. Lakers leading by 7. There's the lob to Carter. It's stolen by Davis. And now the Cavaliers. Fast break. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. LeBron against Edwards. James, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here's Nowitzki. Lets it go from 14. And it's Jokic with the rebound. Jokic has got 6 rebounds in the game. Davis against Nowitzki. Pass to Jokic. Outside Edwards. Just 5 on the clock. Cleveland needs to get a shot off here. Baseline try. Rebound the Lakers. They've led by as much as 10. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one on Davis.
And this guy just does everything. Scores, passes, good rebounder. Just an all-around terrific basketball player.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Gilgeous-Alexander. And Greg, the Cavaliers in recent years establishing a defensive identity.
Yeah, they do a great job of locking down the paint, Kevin, forcing teams to shoot over the top and just vacuuming up those misses.
Gilgeous-Alexander hits them both. And one thing the Lakers are so adept at, Greg, inverting their sets to have different players start the action.
Yeah, it takes a high level of basketball IQ to do that on the fly. Makes defending the Lakers a nightmare. You never know how they'll attack you.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Let's use this break for a quick look at the squads that really made it happen on the fast break last season. In third, the Lakers.
I mean, it's a crowd-pleasing style, right? I mean, this club just got out and ran at every possible chance.
A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Stolen by O'Neal. Halliburton against Gilgeous-Alexander. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league recalibrated its emphasis on fouling during last season. As Adam Silver said, there was a sense that offensive players had too much of an advantage. So an adjustment was made. The fans want great offense, but they want players to be allowed to play defense as well. And I think that's what we're seeing. Kevin, it's a welcome change.
Welcome indeed, no doubt about it, D.A. And J.J. Redick is called timeout. This will give him a chance to discuss some potential alterations.
Davis's numbers, coming off a terrific season. Last season, put up about 24 points per, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. And what sets him apart is his rebounding. And as you can see, he's been in peak form.
Yeah, this last stretch, it has been unbelievable to watch him get going on the glass, and it's been reflective in the stat sheet.
Carter against Edwards. Pass to Nowitzki. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Davis. That'll be his second foul of the game. Cavaliers making a switch here. Brunson's checked in. The Lakers also with a sub. Irving's checked in for Carter. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. That doesn't go either for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Well, despite some uneven shooting for him, they're still out in front.
Halliburton passes to Jokic. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
A big you can't really send to the line too much. Jokic, an effective free throw shooter.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
Really can't criticize the work he did at the line a year ago. 82% on the season.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
And if you were to assemble a first-team all-second-rounders, Jokic would be a shoo-in.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 11. Davis against Nowitzki. Shaq is screen on Davis. Nowitzki bounce pass, and Shaq with the slam.
It's just hard guarding O'Neal in general, but when he's working in the pick and roll, it's almost impossible.
And you can never really count out these Los Angeles Lakers, Greg, can you?
No, I really don't think you can. They battle out of the play-in tournament. They overcome obstacles, and they have tremendous willpower. And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The shot that time, not on target. Great D that time from Davis. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for Cleveland. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Here's Halliburton. Nothing on the board. From 7. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Probably as great a feel for the game as anyone. Jokic knows how to get the upper hand against the defender.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Lakers.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific, doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
A different look now for Cleveland. DeMar DeRozan, he's checked in for Davis. Harden comes in for Edwards. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Jalen Brunson. And then for Los Angeles, Malone's checked in for Shaq. Wilkins comes in for Nowitzki. And it's Rose in for Irving. Los Angeles leading by 4. Stolen by Westbrook. Here's DeRozan. Malone with the block. Down low. Here's James. Oh, LeBron's just too strong inside.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
Jokic sets the screen for Halliburton. Once again off the mark by Cleveland.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
Halliburton with the steal. In the corner, it's Westbrook. It's hauled in by LeBron. Lakers have gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Yao, he's checked in for the Cavaliers. Paul George comes in for Russell Westbrook. The Lakers also changing it up. Morning's checked in for Malone. Irving comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And it's Carter in for Derrick Rose.
The feel LeBron has for the game, unreal. Whatever situation he finds himself in, he always seems to have an answer.
George against Irving. Now, here is George. 8 points for him. Yao with a screen on Irving.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight. He's just riding.
With their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Back to the action in just a minute. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Kenny Atkinson has out there. We've got Jalen Brunson. Paul George is out there with Edwards. Then it's Harden, and it's Yao in at the 5 spot. And oh, here we go. Carter's got it in the fast break chance. And Vince Carter with the slam.
And the fast break finds the right guy. Carter goes all out to make sure they convert.
Harden with the screen on Rose. Brunson adds a two-pointer. Great look there, but off target.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
The offensive rebound.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
The Cavaliers trail by 10. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. Good. Brunson, no fear down low.
And defensively, if you are not on point, Brunson more than capable of finishing inside.
To the middle, here's Mourning, and the dunk by Mourning.
And although he's undersized at his position, his vertical, yeah, that'll clean up a few mistakes.
And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout here. He's very aware of the timing here and the significance of getting things squared away with his team.
If you see yourself on the big screen, then you know what to do. Show us your move. Next dancer. Let's see it.
With some changes. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Yao. DeRozan comes in for James Harden. And it's Russell Westbrook in for Jalen Brunson. Malone's checked in for Los Angeles. Wilkins comes in for Irving. With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey guys, I was able to catch Kenny Atkinson's message to his team. Coach wants them to do a better job defending the perimeter. He said we're late on our rotations and they're getting great looks because of it. We got to fight through it. We got to take away the three. We're good, guys.
Thank you, David. Here's George. Nice D from Malone.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Rose dishes to Malone. To the paint. Vince Carter the bucket on the assist by Malone. And now a 12-point Los Angeles lead.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
George against Wilkins. And George gets it to go.
And he's doing everything he can offensively to lift them out of this hole. But I'm not sure his hot shooting can do it alone.
Rose kicks to Malone. Pass to Nowitzki. No good there. And so it's DeRozan. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. It's a 10-point game. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. And that game is the second of two straight at home. DeRozan a screen on Wilkins. And here's George for three. Rebounded by the Lakers. Malone's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's slammed in by Wilkins.
And I'm not sure it's even possible to throw it too high for Dominique. He has a vertical plus the length, and that's an alley-oop waiting to happen every time he runs the floor.
Here's Edwards. He can't get that one. Good work defensively by Carter. Lakers leading by 12. And here's Rose. Pass to Carter. Back to Rose. Nowitzki with the screen on Westbrook. Here's Rose. 5 to shoot. And the layup's good off the glass. Rose has got the lead up to 14 now for the Lakers. Cleveland's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And Kenny Atkinson calls timeout. It's a chance for them to regroup and refocus.
We need you to get up for your head room hot squad. Let's go. On the court now, it's your hot squad. Get out and let them hear it. It's time for some t-shirts.
Changes here for the Lakers. Shaq is checked in for Malone. James comes in for Dominique Wilkins. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Derrick Rose. Carter against Edwards. Edwards gets it done inside.
And unbothered by the contact inside, Edwards plays the game with so much physicality.
Lakers leading by 12. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Davis looking for an opening. Halliburton for 3. And James pulls it down.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the three ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against him.
Here's Shaq. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass. And the Lakers lead by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right.
Shooting free throws here.
And how about the commitment from Edwards, refusing to give up on that play.
For your Cavaliers with 2 shots, Anthony Edwards.
Absolutely not. If Kareem Abdul-Jabbar can take commercial flights and have to stay the night over and play 82 games, I think that the teams today can play 82 games.
And what you love about Edwards is how intense he is. Guy plays hard every minute he's on the floor.
James down the lane.
Just Mr. Reliable again here today, Kevin. I mean, they need his points, and he's producing.
Carter against Edwards. Outside, George. And stolen by James. Carter outside. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. O'Neal against George. And Davis sends it back.
It's the length of Davis that makes it so hard to shoot over top of.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Los Angeles.
Their inside game was what secured them the win tonight.
They had their way in the paint, and those are all high percentage shots, but the defense couldn't stop them from getting down low.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And one of the league's top talents, game in and game out. and doing it here again in this one. A terrific night for LeBron.
And let's just say this, the name of the game is scoring, and yes, he provided that tonight. You're welcome.
From deep, George. Carter pulls it in. And so the Lakers take the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much, Shea. Balanced scoring for you all tonight. What is working offensively?
Yeah, we're just trusting each other, playing for each other, doing the sets that Coach has us doing, and really just being unselfish. When you do those things like that happen.
It was a great performance all around tonight. Congrats on the win again. Back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Richard Jefferson, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching tonight's game on 2K Sports. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, LeBron James.